Hi, and welcome to TTELT, Teaching Tips for English Language Teachers, a program of educators worldwide. I'm your host today, Melanie Gobert.
Hello, everyone. This is Melanie Gobert, your host for today's episode of TTELT, Teaching Tips for English Language Teachers. Joining us today is Arezoo Karimi. She is a university lecturer in Iran, and she's also a PhD candidate in TEFL. Thank you for joining us, Arezoo.
Thank you. It's my honor to be with you and have an introduction here. Thank you very much. I'm here.
Okay, so today you're going to talk to us about the effect of applications, mobile applications in language learning. So can you tell us exactly what they are? Give us some examples.
Exactly. As you know, nowadays, mobile applications, and it's better to say technology and education are two inseparable fields. And we need to train our teachers and also raise their digital literacy so they know how to use the mobile applications in assistance with their teaching. Mobile applications, language learning, I mean, MAL is a very new field in the teaching for all the teachers all over the world. So I wanted to say that they should, I mean, the teachers should use the application in assistance while they want to teach in their classes. For example, I find some of them so amazing and so effective for my students. And I wanted to mention to one of the important one as Nearpod and focus on this here while we are discussing and interviewing with each other. I wanted to tell you Nearpod is a very great interactive platform for the both students and teachers by adding some interactive activities, creating great lesson plans for the the teachers.
What are some of the unique features of Nearpod?
Exactly, I will mention some of them here. And Nearpod have some great features which can help the teachers very well. For example, I wanted to tell you one of them. It's the name is virtual reality or Nearpod 3D. The base form of the Nearpod is based on SAMR model. It is a very great model for designing the applications, and it is so popular there. So if I wanted to tell you about the great feature, virtual reality or Nearpod 3D, for example, when you want to teach a vocabulary as a teacher, imagine different parts of the body. You want to teach them. You can have a skeleton of a body, and as your students in a 3D way, they can, watch it. I should ask them by collaborative board. You should ask them to point to the exact word you mean, and or for example, sometimes in the classes you should have a very virtual trip like a camp with your students. For example, today we want to go to a very famous place. Tell me, where do you want to go? We have a tour today. We type there and you enter to that place. You should in a 3D way, or you should, if you have a VR headset, you can ask them also to watch and to be with you, and they're so exciting for the students. I find it very exciting. So mostly for the also teachers, they can add their lesson plans and create their lesson plans by adding their PowerPoints, Google Slide, also uploading or some videos from YouTube. And also you can have some pauses while you are preparing your videos and add your question in this way. I find this feature is very great for my students in the class, and of course in every levels, and it is so accessible for them by entering very five characters code. They can easily join to the class or lesson plan or everywhere they want. Also, they have great activities. They help you to prepare the great activities like poll, I don't know, having matching pairs, and also only you should type your subject there. It will, suggest you the great features. It doesn't need to, make and, spend so much time in preparing them. Only you should add your subject. Nearpod will help you to make whether you want to be an activity or whether you want to make a lesson plan there. It's going to be great. One of the great one also for the, for example, teaching mathematics or something there, you can make easily the diagrams there, and they are, pre-planned before you want to design it, and they're all there. Some of the most famous subjects for every levels or majors are pre-planned there. You can only type there and also ask your students to cooperate and interact with you. I find also the collaborative board very interesting, and so it will help my students to interact while I'm teaching during the, during the class. They are so active, they're ready to answer to all the questions there. I tell you, the Nearpod stands for SAMR model. So it stands for, S stands for substitution, A means for augmentation, M is for modifications, and also R is for redefinitions. So it means that this application wants to cover the different and main factors and concepts of teaching. Also in designing the lesson plans, and of course for designing the activities for your class as an exam, as in, during the lessons. They're finding so much. Also, sometimes I ask them to have a, class in Nearpod. It's, imagine it's completely student centered. They're enjoying a lot and they really learn from each other. For example, they have a collaborative board, they write something, then I ask them, so please correct your friend. They're so active, they're so, integrated in the class to be with the, teacher step by step. They'll be with you and they're active to participate in your classes. So it will help me a lot to save my time to, having a very interactive class in this way. I find it great here, and I recommend it to all the teachers to at least experience it in one session. You will find it so amazing for your, students and learners. Ask them to, try it and experiences in their at home, to be in touch with you, to be in contact with you while enjoying using this application.
What are some of the disadvantages of mobile applications and language learning?
The most, main one, I think, is that if you're addicted to this, and we cannot deny it, we cannot, we are addicted to use it all the time, and we are overusing this mobile application. But if you have a plan, if you I ask my students to use it in a limited time. For example, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. I need you to have a collaborative, do your collaborative task in 1 hour every day. I find it useful, but overusing of this, it would be a big disaster for both families, I think, and the teachers.
And what do you think is the impact of mobile applications in language learning on deep learning?
On deep learning, yes, of course, I'm agreeing and said that. Well, they didn't. Maybe they had a class. They were on a class and they didn't got anything. For example, some specific parts, the application are easily accessible for them at homes to check, to review the lessons. So it will help them to have a deep learning after the class and also before the class, because the diagrams, the lesson plans are ready for them. So they are eager somehow to find, so what will be the next session about. Oh, let me review. It's so easy. I'm here. I have the application here, mom, on my mobile. Let me have a look here. In this way, because nowadays, I think that in one hand they have a spoon, something to eat, and the other hand is the mobiles. So it is so accessible for them to find and to also be active in this application, find it so easily, and also somehow they are in teenagers, they're eager to use it to have a deep on learning.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us today, Arezoo, on today's episode of TTELT, Teaching Tips for English Language Teachers. This has been your host, Melanie Gobert. Thank you, Arezoo.
Thank you. It's my honor. Thank you, dear professor.
Thank you for joining us today. Share with us how you are using these tips. Leave us a comment or voice message on social media or at ttelt.org. Thanks for joining this episode of TTELT, brought to you by educators worldwide. Follow, like, and subscribe to TTELT on your social media, and try a new teaching tip today.